Hello, you're very welcome. In this video we're going to look at making wholemeal bread. Now I love making bread at home, and I have done for about 4 years after being inspired watching the Great British Bake Off. So much so that I'm actually on my second bread maker machine, although today I'm going to show you how to do it in the oven. Okay, so I'll list the ingredients in the description below the video, but quickly run through. We have 400 grams of lukewarm water, 30 grams of olive oil. I have in here 16 grams of table salt, 24 grams of caster sugar, and 12 grams of dried milk powder. Then I have 300 grams of wholemeal flour and 300 grams of strong white flour. You need to mix the two together normally when you're making wholemeal bread. And I have 7 grams of dried yeast. It's very simple. I'm using the bread maker for the mixing part of the recipe. So I will add in my water. To recap, we have 400 grams of lukewarm water, 30 grams of olive oil, then other dry ingredients, the flour, and the strong white, and these little packets of yeast are very handy because they are weighed out for 7 grams. So I'm going to tip the whole thing in. Put the mixing pan in the machine, close the lid, and in this one it is the dough setting number 6. Start. This program will take an hour and a half, so the machine will mix the dough, then knead it, and then leave it to proof. So we have our bread dough proofed for the first time in the bread machine. I'm going to lightly sprinkle some flour on the table, tip out the dough. Find the paddle. Here we go. And we'll just give it a quick knead just to knock out the biggest of the air bubbles. Just try and get it in shape. Doesn't need lots of kneading. At this point it's still nice and warm. I just want to try and get it into a sensible shape and size. I don't want too many obvious cracks. Okay, so I have my loaf tin that I've greased, and I've lined it with greaseproof paper, and then I'm just trying to get the loaf press it down, Not hard, just lightly press it down so there's no obvious gaps. That's it. I'm going to set that aside now for about an hour and a half to let it proof. Should rise up at least level with the top of the tin before we bake it. I make a variety of bread at home. I make loaves, I make rolls, I do plain white, I do brioche and wholemeal, as well as granary when I can get the flour. Okay, so I've preheated the fan oven to 170 Celsius and I've lowered the shelves so there's room for the loaf to rise. And it goes for 20 minutes. Alexa, set a 20-minute timer.
20 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so that's the 20 minutes. It's time to have a look. To tell if your bread's cooked, you tap it on the bottom. If it sounds hollow, it is. Sounds hollow to me. And here is our finished loaf. Okay folks, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to comment or ask questions below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, until next time, cheerio.